What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with my all new review of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Let's get into it. This episode really didn't give much. I mean, there are some things to talk about, but majority of it, I'm gonna try to skip over some things. So, Karen is preparing for her live show. She's at an improv place, and she is obviously trying to be what Giselle and Robin are trying to be, which is have everything prepared for show the girls how it's done, right? But she's not a comedian. So why are you at an improv show? Are you hosting it? Are you creating it? Because I don't think Karen knows what type of show she wants. I think just Karen needed something to do because did Karen have an event this season? I mean, she had the spring fling party in the beginning of the season, and then that's it. So now she is adding more to her event so she can have something else to do. So her producer, her ex-assistant is producing the show, but every time Karen is in conversations about her show, she tells someone else to talk about it. What is the show about? She has Jasmine Masters, who is a drag queen. She'll be up on stage doing a live panel about love, how to get it, how to keep it, kicking off Pride Month, then talking about Grinder. Ray don't know nothing about Grinder. He said, "Is that something underground? That's underground, right?" He don't know nothing about Grinder, Karen. He is not up to game of this. He was before the beginning of time. So, you know what I'm saying? Then they brought up a statement that Karen made about Michael all those years ago about him being on Grinder. Next, Mia. Mia is at home reading to her children. Jackie comes over, and this whole scene annoyed me. Let me tell you why. When Jackie came in, she talks about needing a man, and they were opening wine, and Mia, who is annoying me, she acts oblivious as to what's been saying about G. If you are opening up what G does for you, you know what I'm saying? Because her acting like people are wondering why G is your man, but he's my man, because it's referring to Giselle wanting to know who bought Jackie the Porsche. Mia, you brought this upon yourself when you're constantly talking about what type of relationship your best friend have with your husband and yourself. You just said you call her your sister wife without benefits. If you stop saying things like this, if you stop giving people something to talk about your relationship, to ask questions, don't say shit. Shut the fuck up. Now we get them having an awkward ass scene, an annoying scene, an obvious scene of them wondering, how should we sit? Should I sit next to you? Do you want to sit next to G? Do you want to sit here? What the fuck are we doing? Why y'all acting like y'all never been this close to each other before? Why y'all trying to portray and act that you guys have never hung out like this? Is this a skit? Are y'all putting on a show? Are y'all acting? What are we doing? What is this? So Mia gives us backstory that her stepmom and Jackie's mom were best friends in high school. So now, 20 years down the line, they had daughters, or she became her stepmom. Jackie mom had her, and now they're best friends. Oh my God, cycle effect. Now we're talking about the podcast where Giselle's nosy ass wanting to know about Jackie and Mia's relationship because Mia did tell them that her and Gordon like to have threesomes and she likes to watch Gordon have sex with other women and how they were showering with each other in Miami. Jackie and Mia are like, it's no big deal. We're comfortable. We're beautiful. It doesn't mean anything, right? Okay. If there's nothing wrong with that, why does Mia act like it's something that needs to be explained? It's none of nobody's business. But Mia, you're being so open and honest about your relationship. It will, make the other person be like, what's up with this? You know what I'm saying? And I hope everybody is watching how all three of them are comfortable with each other. And did you guys see how Jackie was touching G? It doesn't take a rocket science to see that you guys have been more than just friends. If you guys are in an open marriage, just say that. If you guys have an agreement, just say that. But don't act like what we're seeing is not what we're seeing. Okay? Then we get to the car situation. So Jackie just admitted to the fact that she did qualify for the car, but she was going through an unhealthy relationship that she was spending a lot of money to get out of. I had to think, what do you mean spending money to get out of? You were not married to your parenting partner, as you call him. So, what money was you spent? And they were disrespecting her by coming down on, did she ever buy the car? Is the car in her name? Did she buy it? Because that's been on their minds. But even though I disagree with Giselle trying to poke holes that Mia bought Jackie's car or that G bought Jackie's car, it is not far-fetched for friends to support their friends and to buy friends gifts. It is not far-fetched. The way that Giselle is portraying it is way over the top. But Jackie did in fact say that she qualified for the car but needed some help. So G helped her because Mia loves her. But then Jackie want to say, you don't love me, G? No, I do because Mia loves you. What are we doing here? The fact that you're wanting to know, does G love you because he got you the car, but only because he loves Mia that loves you, you're like, what about me? What the hell? I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what is happening. So they did help her get the car. Oh well, whoop-de-doo. Who cares? So it ended up with, I don't know what type of relationship they have, but friends are there for you who supports you and all this and that. But it's just kind of like, what are we doing here? I got so annoyed with Mia throughout this episode because Mia want to act like she could say things, but when things are brought back up because she said things, it's like, why are you talking about it? Because you keep on bringing up information. Stop talking about it. And you're on a reality show that will be constantly having things that's been said brought up multiple times. Moving on. Ashley is having a girls' night with her friends, either called the PLT or PYT. Pretty young thing, pretty little thing, not the clothing site. But her group of friends has been there for her through her separation of Michael. They've all gone through similar things. And just to be reminded that they're bad bitches, okay? Now, her friend Deborah is there. And she has things to say, okay? Giselle comes along. We are introduced to more of Ashley's friends. One friend who's known her for 12 years, who has been there throughout everything she's been through with Michael. And she's always kept a close eye, you know what I'm saying? Watching from a distance, never liked him, but always remembered it's what's best for Ashley. Whatever Ashley wants for her, that's all I want for her. I want her to be happy, you know what I'm saying? I want her to be better and all this and then the third. And she has those babies to think about. So that's where her friend of 12 years, the other light-skinned friend that was next to her at the bar. And her friend had a point, you know what I'm saying? When your friend is in an unhappy predicament that you know she's unhappy in, all you can do is support her. All you can do is say, hey, if you happy, I'm happy. I don't like the man. He's not good for you. You're worth more, but it's your relationship. All I want is for you to be happy, right? So Giselle messy ass want to mention that she hasn't seen Deborah since the spring party and led to her talking about her interaction with Chris, right? Deborah, now I'm going to post a picture of my original cover of the episode, but you're going to find the character that I'm going to reference Deborah in a second. The Grinch, which is Deborah, not Jim Carrey version. I'm talking about the Boris Karloff version, the 1960s version. That's Deborah when she's doing that devilish smile talking about Chris. So she talks about how Chris was flirting with her. She was at a bar waiting for her drink, and when you are staring straight at somebody or you're waiting for something, you feel like somebody is looking at you. She says that Chris introduced himself. She said, oh, my husband's name is Christopher. He said, that's a common name. We're all alike. Thank you, Bravo footage, for showcasing that we did see Deborah at the bar, but Chris was not looking at her. He was leaning on his phone like he was the entire time. Everybody wanted to say Chris was doing something. He was not staring at Mia. He was not staring at you, Deborah. Okay? And come to find out, you introduced yourself to Chris. Chris was not paying you no attention whatsoever. You opened up the conversation by saying, hi, I'm Deborah. Hi, I'm Chris. How you doing? Oh, my husband's name is Christopher. Oh, that's good. That's a common name. That's all he said. I don't know where you got, we're all alike. All Chris's are alike. I don't know where the hell you got that from. So why are you making it seem as if he came at you when you're the one who came at him? You introduced yourself. The hell? Then never met this man. She brings up Wendy's husband, Eddie. Happy Eddie comes over. I'm like, what the hell? Not Happy Eddie. How he's smiling and laughing with the other men again. He was laughing with Chris with the other men on the opposite side of the bar. Deborah was nowhere near them. So Ashley defends her friend. Even though I looked at that footage more than once, Ashley was on the opposite side with Escala. So how could you really know verbatim everything that happened when you weren't there? Your friends have told you a different story. But she said that her friends are not liars. She's only known Deborah for a year and a half. Have you really been out with her in that year and a half? Have you seen how she moves in certain situations? Or is it this one time in the years of you being on this show, you've met her, she's now coming onto the show, and she's doing all of this? Do you really know Deborah, Ashley? Because I feel like Deborah, aka the Grinch, is trying to get on reality TV. She must have known how things work here. How my friends are not liars. Are you sure? They're full of exaggeration. Is that what they're exaggerationers? Is that's a word? Because the way that she told the story does not match production. Again, they caught your friend getting Chris's attention, not his. Now, we talked about, how Ashley wants Candace to understand how difficult it could be when conceiving a child and also having a child with your partner. She wants Candace to be aware that your husband might be doing something different and you don't want to be stuck with having a child by a man who does this to you. So she wanted to tell Candace at the burn event that be careful who you have kids with because you never know, like Ashley. But Ashley, that's not going to be the case. That was your case. That's not Candace's case. Michael never wanted to have kids with you, and you have just now come to terms with that. I think Ashley needs to take a step back and stop trying to project on what she's now going through with Michael onto Candace by saying, I want to help Candace realize who she's having a child with. No, 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 no. Ashley, you still have to deal with this. I get it. You on a job, you being messy, but we're not about to project on what you went through onto Candace. Candace doesn't have your struggles. Candace will probably never have your struggles. So that's not the case though, Ashley. Stop that. Then, hearing that Eddie came around, Ashley feels compelled into telling Wendy because I don't want to be in a situation where she knows where she's hearing things and I didn't tell her and I know things as well. I don't want to be that. Blah blah blah. Fine, Ashley. Okay, I feel like you're trying to set it up where you are being a good friend to Wendy, but your friend is not a friend to you. Send her back. Wendy. Wendy, she's at home with her kids, still recovering from surgery, removing her kidney stones. And she loves being at home with her kids and her husband, but she cannot be still. She's not used to being still. She's not used to not having nothing to do. I'm used to moving and going places and here. Now I gotta sit. I don't like this feeling. It's not gonna work for me. But Wendy and Eddie ended up talking about how Wendy met up with Ashley to talk about her friend mentioning Eddie. I have an issue with you guys constantly showing flashbacks of conversations that we are not seeing in real time when the episode airs. Why I keep on showing flashbacks of conversations that was filmed and now placed? We need to see it actually happening. Y'all have done that a lot this season. I'm tired of y'all having small conversations that we kind of want to see. Unless you feel like it's not relevant, but come on now, I'm tired of y'all having flashbacks of conversations we're not seeing in real time. So we hear the conversation, right? And she tells her that Deborah felt like Eddie was smiling too much. He was happy Eddie. And she was like, what? Happy Eddie? Smiling? You can't smile. So I'm flirting with you if I'm smiling? Pretty much. Wendy and Eddie were laughing their ass off, and that is how I want Candace to do when it comes down to the rest of the girls. So my husband can't smile. My husband's a happy person. He'll smile at a dog. He'll smile at looking at a plate of food. My husband's a happy person, and he's also happy. He's blessed with me. So what are you trying to do, Ashley? It didn't work. Actually, it's not even Ashley. It's Deborah. Because Deborah even wanted to have a conversation with Wendy. For what? You don't know Wendy. Like, this is a desperate attempt to get on the show. This is a desperate attempt to be involved in shit and be a part of a group you're not a part of. This is desperate. Desperate Deborah is not a part of this show. Mia. Mia is having lunch with Robin and Giselle. She hasn't seen her in a while. She says she was taking care of her son. He wasn't feeling good. I really did not understand what Mia was talking about. She said her son's scrotum was hurting. He was weightlifting and he wasn't wearing his compression shorts, so it pulled something. He got fluid in his scrotum, something like that. I thought he was sick with the flu. You talking about his like scrotum has fluid? What? And Robin talks about how her oldest son's balls might have dropped. Hey, he is a teenager, right? Giselle was like, oh, I don't have to worry about those problems. I have girls. All I gotta do is worry about the time of the month. Well, Giselle, yeah, that's all you gotta worry about. But me, I have a boy and I have a girl. And I have to teach them about their bodies soon. Thank God I got my husband here. He gonna have to come with another way to explain his son's body to him. And I got my daughter. Ball strap, scrotum. Oh my God. Seriously. So, typical Giselle, she brings up Karen's event, how we went out to lunch. Again, y'all did another flashback of y'all having another outing that you guys did not film in real time. Could you guys not stop? Could you guys not give us these flashbacks? Can we see it happening? They have a conversation about Mia, right? Bringing up, how Mia told Karen about her looking at Jackie's vagina with a flashlight, them showering together, and her dating Peter's girlfriend. Giselle threw Karen under the bus by saying she was in rare form because talking about how young they were. They explored one another one night. She took a flashlight, wants to know what was down there. And Mia is in her feelings about getting mad that Karen repeated what you told her. Now we talk about Peter. She said that they didn't sleep with Peter's girlfriend. That never came up. But it was told though. You told Karen about how you and G had Peter's girlfriend first before she became Peter's girlfriend. And Giselle was coming across like, why didn't you tell us? As if it was any of your business. So Mia lies and said that that did not come up. It did come up. She said she never slept with G. She just played with him. And that she was at his bachelor party. That she crashed. Why was she at his bachelor party? Oh, she was a bridesmaid. The tree of lies just get bigger and bigger. Another branch just keeps on growing and growing. The girlfriend was a bridesmaid who crashed his bachelor party, who teased Gordon. What the hell? And she sung at her wedding as well. What is going on here, Mia? Mia, stop talking. Do you have like vomit mouth, word mouth? What, like word vomit? Like you just spill all this shit out your mouth. Now Robin and Giselle want to know why she told Karen. What do you mean why she told Karen? Because she wanted to tell Karen. The hell? And now she's saying, I'm not telling Karen shit else. Why? Saying how if you're going to tell stuff, make sure it's from the source. It was from the source. It was. Because Karen put everything together as to why your behavior was in Miami towards Wendy. It was all about you feeling your guilt of what you did to Peter's girlfriend at the time. So you can miss me with that. Me and miss me. You volunteered the information right off the bat. Be mad at yourself. Don't be mad for telling Karen your business. And you putting all that energy towards Karen. Put that energy towards Giselle. Because you also told Giselle about the Porsche. You told Giselle about how you like to watch. You told Giselle about the shower. Give that same energy to Giselle, because Giselle repeated what you told her to Karen, which makes Karen repeat back to Giselle. Be mad at yourself for repeating information about yourself that you did not want. Y'all, Mia is, I can't, Mia. Now, Mia's feeling away because she wants to say, well, I got information about why she don't fool with Sharice. And of course, this perks Giselle and Robin's ears. Oh, girl, do tell. Oh, no, 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 no. But I know the reason. So there is a reason. No, it's no reason. She just don't fuck with Sharice. Giselle, Robin, go to hell. What you gonna do, Mia? Tell it. Please tell it. Karen. We at Karen's event, and of course, she got her own beehive, what I'm saying, her Ladoms. Giselle's coming to support, so nobody can ever say she don't support Karen, even though she don't know what the event is about. Everybody arrives. Mia, Jackie, Ashley, and her friend Deborah. Knowing that Giselle just went to lunch with Deborah, said a lot of things about Chris, she ain't mad because she want the mess to happen. She said that Candace won't listen to nothing. She won't listen to me. She won't listen to Ashley. I don't think she'll listen to Deborah. But that makes Giselle happy. More mess. More mess, more chaos. That's Giselle's MO. She wants to see the chaos erupts. So, preparing for the show, Karen's making sure she can hear her mic good. Before that, Candace was excited about the show. Don't know what the show is. I want to have a good time. Giselle orders food, as she normally does. And it was mentioned that Karen and Mia bumped titties in Miami. And that Sharice posted the video in the group chat and wanted to know the Grand Dame titties are out. What's up with this? So Karen didn't like the fact that Sharice reposted her boobs being out in Miami. And this is kind of why she don't fool with Sharice. I mean, what was the purpose of Sharice reposting that video? Y'all was supposed to be having a good time, but you want to use that to expose Karen, the Grand Dame, even though Karen likes to act like she don't get down with the get down. She don't let her hair down. She don't do this, she don't do that. We've heard how Karen gets when she's drunk. But the fact that Sharice reposted that, interesting. So did I get to the point where yes. So Giselle want to tell the group that Sharice felt the way that she wasn't invited. Why? So nobody wants to do a plus one. Giselle did. I think Mia did. But this is Karen's event. She has every right to invite who she wants to invite. So Sharice was not on that list. So Giselle, why are you trying to make it seem as if she's... See, this is so funny. I had a moment. You're feeling like she is excluding Sharice out purposefully, but yet we just got through Miami where all of y'all excluded Wendy out of the group. Interesting. So it's a whole mess erupting. Ashley brings up the conversation she had with Karen about, Mia went exploring in Jackie's vagina. Jackie came out and said, oh, it's because I had a yeast infection. Never say that on camera. Never say that on camera. Mia was trying to keep, do you a favor by not saying that, saying how we were bored. And I decided to look. She had no problem with it. But even Ashley, who has had interactions with women, if you put your face in the place, shout out to Roxanne, you want to do something about it. You was not about to check if she had a burning vag, if you weren't about to do what I think you were about to do. You just know your body well enough if you know you haven't, cleaned and something's going on down there. You need her to investigate. If something is stuck down there you can't see, I got that part. But anyway, Mia's feeling a way that Karen has been spreading things, and it's just like, don't run off with the assumption of blah blah blah. And if I'm gonna tell you, you're my friend. But don't go tell your friends what I told you. It, I have no problem telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, but if she tells you I got a problem, that makes no sense, Mia. If you don't find a problem that they know about your relationship with Jackie, why are you mad at Karen? So it's Pat, everybody ready to go. Robin lets Candace know that Deborah is Ashley's friend, and Ashley's friend is the one who spoke about Chris being flirty with her. Candace shuts that down. I'm not about to deal with a Sesame Street character. Giving Kermit. So everybody's wondering, what we doing? What's the show about? Karen wants to let everybody thank you. It's all love, all this and that. And a comedian comes out, but they're waiting for Karen. So is she telling jokes? It's a whole program, a whole page dedicated to Karen. Don't know what's on the other two. What is her entire itinerary, you know? Karen comes out, she thanks the people, give her love. Jasmine Masters comes out, and is it a variety show? She's hosting it. Is it a one-woman show? Nobody knew what Karen's show was, okay? And it's Pride Month, her whole time being on stage, less than a minute. The whole time that Jasmine Masters was performing, they had to do the black and white, film edit, act one, scene one, all this and that. But they did it for Jasmine because it wrote there was no budget for Jasmine's songs. So I guess Bravo didn't get a copyright or a contract or the okay to have Jasmine sing her song on the show. I thought it was no budget, meaning that y'all didn't pay her, but y'all couldn't get the song to be aired out on the show. Then she had an outfit change, and then she was on stage for 4 minutes, and then Sizzle Topics. She's standing with the other ladies, asking her questions about how did you find your husband? Where do you find a husband? And Mia gets a mic. She puts her on the spot with, what do you do if you tell your friends something, but she runs and tell her friends? Karen was not ready for that. She said, this is not your show, Mia. Sit down. Listen, I told the truth. Okay, I sprayed it. Get over it. And Mia said, transparency is key. We're going to work on it. And she says, if I tell you something, don't run off and tell these two. But if they're gonna repeat what you told Karen, you should stop telling stuff to people though, Mia. How about that? Don't blame Robin and Giselle because they don't hold a candle to nobody. They are not about to save you. They will air out your shit when you tell them. Just like Karen told you. You telling Giselle your business, she gonna tell the world. Which is exactly what she's been doing. Miss me, Mia. Miss me. Don't run your mouth about your shit and then get mad at people repeat the shit you told. She said, girl, get away from me and go finish your Build a Puss project. Go away from me. And then she talks about how when people get called out, they get upset. Like you did? Like you did? When you got called out for being a brat? No, a bully by Ashley? You got called out for being inconsiderate? You got called out for doing a lot of shit towards Wendy at the Miami trip and you couldn't handle it. You wanted to act like a spoiled little bitch. The whole show was about an hour long. Karen's time was about 30 minutes. So, Giselle talks about how Karen is so full of herself because she married to Black Bill Gates, but now that she is on a more public platform, now her ego is 25 times it is. Fine. So it ends with Ashley trying to introduce Deborah to Candace. Candace said, oh no, I'm good. No, I'm good. And she said, this was the friend that Chris grabbed. No, he never grabbed me. Again, Ashley, you and your friend are going to set up to fail because whatever plan you're doing is not working. And they're just going back and forth about how he was flirty, but I wasn't the only one he was flirting with, blah, blah, blah. Me said, oh, that's the friend. Yeah, that's the friend. And it was a setup. It was a setup by Candace, like she said. Mia went off the look scale, how Wendy and Candace are an 8, and Deborah is about a 4. I mean, she's cute, but she's not cute. Not today, Grinch. Not today, Grinch. It's the last ad. Jasmine Masters did all this and that. There's no budget for her song. Did everybody catch Gordon, Jackie, and Mia dancing very closely on the dance floor? You cannot get mad or have somebody not ask questions about what your relationship is with your best friend and your husband. If you guys are in an open relationship, just say that. If you guys have a little time, y'all get together, y'all play around, just say that. But come on. You all grinding on Jackie, he grinding on you, miss me. So we ended with Ashley trying to start shit, not solve things between Deborah and Candace. She ain't here for it because Ashley is messy, nothing new, okay? And I'm not about to talk to a Sesame Street character. Go count some numbers. Go read a book to a child. I'm done. And I'm good. Night night. And that was in the episode, which I wasn't mad at. Candace had every right to shut that shit down because I'm not about to deal with this. I'm not about to put on a show for nobody. Okay? I'm done. Good night. Have a good day. And next episode is going to be a fucking mess. We're going to see the explosive argument between Karen and Charisse. We're going to see the fallout of the friendship between Jackie and Mia. It's going to be a mess. But of course, the way that they presented it with the black and white and everything, I hope they're not following us for the okey doke. I hope that they're not. I hope they're going to actually give us an explosive episode from beginning to end. Don't just leave out or put out the most explosive part so we can be tuned in and it becomes dull and then you give us a cliffhanger like you normally do. But y'all, that's it. And that's all I have. Please stay tuned for next video and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye.